there's a lot of violence, but more racism taking place, and it's deeply upsetting for a lot of individuals. I've had to really focus for it not to affect me too much, because it did a little bit. And I just wondered what you'd say to help individuals through this time, because it's global. It's,
as we have previously said, with the additional energies coming into this planet at this time, it heightens everything. It heightens the positive, it heightens the negative. And as we have said before, if an individual is coming from emitting a darker energy, then that in itself will also be amplified. But it is amplified in a way that the greater masses of individuals can see it more clearly. And when something can be seen more clearly, then you start the process of bringing it more into the light. But the key thing really is, rather than having the viewpoint that blacks are discriminated against, that blacks really do not matter. You see the signs saying blacks matter. All individuals matter.
yeah.
If you focus on the negative of something, in many instances you are recreating that same energy. What you focus on, you create. So focus on equality, not the lack of it, but focus on equality. Focus on the fact that everything, all living things are equal. All of life is precious. Sometimes events take place that brings about the instigation for change, for that change in attitude, but rather than focusing on the negative element of it, focus on what you wish to achieve. For in focusing on what is, you are creating more of the same. And nothing will change. So if you desire a freer and fairer world, then focus upon that. Have that in your desire. And if you find that your thoughts are becoming one of negativity towards something, then you need to change what you are focusing on, to change the energy within yourself, to help bring about that greater change. And as we have said, with this extra energy coming in, this shifting energy, coming into the world at this time, many things will be amplified in order for things to become more noticeable and for change to take place.
I think people really suffer with the sadness of, the violence and the cruelty. I have to address it because I know I am asked about it. And those emotions that it evokes within people that, they are struggling with. And I know they need to rise above that to raise their energy.
You will also find that there are those who are manipulating also the situation to continue to instigate the violence, to continue to create that and continue and amplify that negativity. Because the reality for some of those individuals is they don't want the change really. They want the excuse. Change comes from love. True change comes from love, not from hatred. Hatred may be the initial emotion that triggers the desire for change. But all change comes from love. And in order to allow yourselves to move forward through something, through an unpleasantness, through something that is not equal, then you must come from love. And you have to let go of any resentment, any anger, any hatred. Or you are, in effect, anchoring yourself to the past, to those same past energies. And sometimes it is a process within yourselves, which we have spoken about previously, where through conditioning you have the stepping stones process that you must go through. So you initially go through anger, through hatred, and maybe wanting some form of revenge. And then if you allow that loving element to come more strongly within yourself, you begin to make the necessary changes, or you allow and you create and allow the necessary changes to take place. So observe or be observant of what is taking place. But ask yourself, what change do you wish to take place? What do you wish to have happen? To let go of that anger and focus on where you wish things to be. If you notice that there is an inequality, if you notice that there is a discrimination, then ask yourself, What is it that you want? Be aware of these things, but ask yourself, what do I wish to create? And if you notice discrimination, then the obvious answer would be where there is no discrimination. But rather than thinking of that there is no discrimination, just think of equality. Because that is a more positive attitude, a more positive visualization, a more positive creation. So allow any uprising to be one of love and peace. For as we say, true effective change comes from a loving energy. An enforced change, a forceful change, creates a greater resistance.
Would you be kind enough to maybe give a vision for people to hold in their hearts, people that are particularly upset at this time and really want that change through love, to give them some ideas to focus upon, to raise their vibration and help them feel happier and stronger and more in alignment with their true self?
The visualization really needs to be one of wholeness, a world that unites. We do not talk of being a single government or governing body for the world, but that the world unites as one on the same playing field. Rather than feeling and focusing on emotions of being victimized, visualize yourselves standing side by side, with all of humanity. Visualize a world filled with peace. For if you focus upon the peace, you are creating the tranquility and the equality that you so seek. If you keep saying, we are no good, we are, as an individual, if you kept saying to yourself that you are not worthy, then guess what? That is the energy you are creating. If, as a race of people, you continue to say that you are victimized, then guess what? That is the energy you are continuing to create. observe it, be aware of it, but then bring your focus and your energy onto that which you wish to create. But create it through love.
A loving and abundant, creative and free, happy world for all.
Yes, indeed.
One where we can really become more aware of the power and the creativity and the love we hold within, and to really create the world we desire.
And that is the true trick to a fulfilling life. See your vision and create the energy within yourself that brings about that alignment. And if you can bring that same vision and that same energy into a mass of people, then it becomes amplified. If they begin to work together in cooperation, in harmony. For in working in harmony with love, then that is what you will be creating. So allow yourselves to feel anger or disappointment, but do not allow yourselves to stay there. Because for change to take place, you must change the energies of the belief system. Through love. And in allowing changes to take place through love, not only will those changes be more effective, but they will be more lasting.
That's what this world needs right now.
And because of human nature, there will always be those who prefer to create a darker energy. But you will find that the more individuals who can radiate that, a greater love, a greater peace, a greater harmony, then that becomes the prevailing energies that will permeate all of humanity.
And do you see that darker element you spoke of as the minority right now in this world?
It is always the minority.
Yes.
But what can sometimes take place is because it creates the negative feelings within individuals, within the greater masses, it then feeds off of that. And they use that to create greater destruction.
Yeah.
And this is why we say, in order for true change to take place, we must let go of the anger. And create the vision and the energy and the love within yourself that will then work towards bringing about that which you so desire. An equality for all. A oneness. A harmony of all humanity. But with the allowance of you as an individual to express your uniqueness. And if you are coming from an aspect and point of love, then you are creating an even stronger energy of harmony. Sometimes for change to take place, a stand must be made. But make that stand in love.
Yes, an uprising of love.
Because if that stand is made from an energy of anger and hatred, then those who deliberately choose to evoke a darker energy play with that even more. And they use that mass of anger, the negativity of that mass of anger, to create even more darkness. And often you will find that the families of individuals who have been caught up in such events will often be the ones who call for there to be peace.
Yes.
For the uprising to be one of peace and of love.
Yes.